Well, good morning. Today is Friday, April 5th, and I really have to stay on track today because tomorrow's my weigh-in day. I've got a lot of people suggesting that I should just skip my weigh-in, still go to the meeting, but just skip my weigh-in because you can get one, I think you get one a month that you can pass on. But part of me wants to do that. Sorry, I got a stiff neck. I went to bed at 11:30 last night. 11:30. It was like I was falling asleep in the chair and I thought, well, let's just go to bed. And I slept so sound, and I slept until 8 o'clock. I didn't even get up in the night to go to the bathroom. It was just, I was out like a light. And I woke up with a stiff neck. My neck is just killing me. So I'm just trying to massage it back into, the muscle back into place. But anyway, I think I missed a birthday yesterday. My friend, Cheryl Bradley, I've been out to lunch with her more than once. I've met her at Weight Watchers meetings. She's not a leader, but I don't know what they call them nowadays. She's told me more than once. I just don't remember. But Cheryl Bradley, your son let me know that it was your birthday, and I didn't see it until it was too late. But you get a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cheryl. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Sorry about that. Sorry about missing your birthday. Jeez, oh, Pete. And I should have remembered because it was my nephew's birthday. If it really was on the 4th, let me know because I put it in my calendar as the 4th. But I know this is distracting. Sorry, but my neck just bothers me so much. Also, it's Susan Lynch's birthday, so she gets a song too. Today is her birthday, though. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. So, it was funny because Jim, his superintendent, he found out, he kind of pulled the trick like I did. When I worked at Montgomery Wards, I wanted to be full-time. I wanted so bad to be full-time, but they only allowed so many full-time positions. And I just kept trying to figure out a way to be full-time, and I kept saying, I need to be full-time. Full-time, you get better benefits. You got more sick days. You got more vacation days. You got more money. Money, money, money. So I wanted to be full-time. So I kept asking, they kept saying, no, you can't be full-time. So sneaky that I am, I got the handbook from when I was first hired out, and I was reading it, and I found out that if you worked 7 consecutive weeks and you worked more than 32 hours for 7 consecutive weeks, they had to give you full-time status. Our punch clock, if you punched in, like if you worked at 9 o'clock, you had between 8:54 and 9:06 to punch in, and you would be considered on time. If you punched in at 8:53, then you get 7 minutes. Because they would pin, it wasn't like you were punching in early. So you were like at the end of the other one. And if you punched out, and so like if I worked, let's say 9 to 5, what I was doing is, and I know this is like cheating, but you know what? I kind of like, yeah, I know it was cheating. Let's try to think of a nicer way to say it. I gamed the system. I took it to my advantage. So what I would do is I worked 5 days a week, but they always made sure that I had just under 32 hours. Even though I worked 5 days a week, they'd have me like work six and a half hours. Maybe sometimes they'd have me like work 31 hours a week or 31.5 hours a week. You know, just that little half hour that just kind of threw you off. And so what I would do is I'd figure out how many minutes I had to do because I didn't want to be too obvious. And so I would punch in like at 8:53. And then I would punch out at 5:07 because then it gave me the extra. So I was picking up like 15 minutes a day that I was doing. And so if I worked 5 days, that would be 75 minutes in the week. It's math, my strong suit. I am good at math. I'm good at spelling. I love history. Those are my best subjects in school. And so I did that for 7 weeks. I did it for 8 weeks because I wanted to just to have that little bit of a cushion. And so then I went in the one day to personnel and I said, you know, I'd like to be made full-time. And they go, well, you know, the stipulation is blah, blah, blah. And I go, I know, but, you know, I've worked enough hours. And so then she says, well, I don't know, we'd have to check your time card. And I go, I got plenty of time. So they pulled up my time card And she looked at it, and then she looked at me, and then she looked at it, and she looked at me, and she says, you figured out a way to beat the system. And I go, yes, I did, and you have to give me full time now. And she said, yes, we do. And so I got full time. And I don't even know why I brought that up. And I just told you that history was my, I just told you history was one of my better subjects, and I don't remember the history of 4 minutes ago when I started on this. I figured it out. Just takes a minute. Sometimes, you know, there's a lot of stuff rattling around in my head, so I have to like sort it out and put it in little sections. Jim works as a custodian, but he's just a substitute custodian that works 40 hours a week. But that's fine with him. What he likes, he doesn't want to be classified as anything, because if he decides he just doesn't want to work, he just says, I don't want to work. If he wants to go on vacation, because like I told you, Jim and I take separate vacations, he goes hunting a lot. He just says, you know, I need this week off. And they have to give it to him because he's just a substitute. Well, yesterday when he was at work, the supervisor called him and said, you know, I'm bringing the district manager. They want to talk with you. And then Jim says, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? He says, no, you haven't done anything wrong. I got some good news for you. And so then they went and told him that he's worked enough hours in that they have to give him sick time and vacation days now. So he gamed the system, and he didn't even try. So he was making fun of the people that he works, making fun with the people he was working with, and he said that he was the greatest employee ever. And so they went and they made him some little fake certificates. And so he has the most valued employee award, and then the certificate of improvement too for custodial. So that's what made me think of that. So he was like funning with his friends. So anyway, I didn't go for a walk this morning because it was raining. It's cleared up now, but I've reached that point in the day where I just don't feel like walking. I know that's terrible, but I might walk this afternoon. I have Alyssa. She's still sleeping, although it's late. It's late. Look what time it is. Let's see if we can. Obviously, you can see I was watching videos, but I thought I'm going to take a minute to open my video here. I just got done watching Chit Chat Paddywhack, and I'm on to the second one. I missed just watched yesterday's. I missed the day before's, and so I'm going to watch that when I get done talking with you guys. But she was saying she has eczema on her hands. She kept like itching with her hands and stuff. And Jim has eczema, and he found this that works excellent. As you can see, it's almost empty. I got to go buy another one. He's tried all kinds of different, like cortisone, and there's another one he tried. I forget. But he has it really bad. He loves this, and he said this really works. So I don't know if, I think it's a pretty national brand. I think it is. But we got it at CVS, and he loves it, and it really, really works. And then what else was I going to talk about? Oh, and I understand what you're saying. I feel the same way about my videos. I start out, I'm in the garage, I tell you I'm going to go for a walk, blah, blah, blah. I go for my walk, I tell you I'm back, blah, blah, blah. And then I show you my food, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's just, but I do find for myself that the couple days that I wasn't showing my food, I was cheating, I was sneaking. And I shouldn't have a guilt, but I do have a little bit of a guilt when I don't share with you. And like I said in my opening little thumbnail, I'm having fun with the thumbnails. Could you tell? But I really am fun with the thumbnails. You know, sometimes you just meet friends along the way, and you guys you're such great friends, and you've helped me out more than you know. I mean, you helped me out so much. I know you always say I help you, but I don't think you realize how much you help me, because I know that I wouldn't be able to do this. I just know it. I just know it. I know it. I know it. I gotta drink some water. Sorry. My throat's a little dry. And on that note, too, these stinking potatoes, they're driving me crazy. This is the, what do you call it? Information about them. Not that I'm ever going to eat them, but I might eat them somewhere in the future because it's just quick and easy, and I've had them in the past. So, if you can see, I don't know if you can see the nutrition size, it says about 3.5 servings per container. A serving size is a half a cup. Okay? So, when I scan it, I'm going to use my iPad. When I scan it, gotta find the little barcode. All right, I don't know, this might be glary, but I'll try. It shows you that it's, oh, how can I do this so that you can see it? Oh, shoot. Go back. I gotta scan it again. Excuse me, technical difficulties, as I'm always telling you, that's what I have. Okay, it's 1 point. Geez, oh Pete, there we go. 1 point per serving. Can you see that? Okay, then when I change the serving size to 3½ cups, because that's what it is in the container, it now changes it to 10. I can't really tell if you can see it. So that's what's confusing me. You know what, I'm gonna take this down for a minute and just shoot it this other way because I think it's too glary, but I'll be right back. Okay, there you can see it's 3½ cups is 10 points. Like it says on here, the serving size is 3½ servings, and each serving size is ½ cup. So when you put it there, 3½ comes up to 10. But if I change it to just ½ cup, it's 1. So you see my confusion. So now you see what my confusion is on that. I just don't understand it. It's just confusing to me. I just don't I know it's that math that's going on with that. But I think ½ cup is enough anyhow, in my opinion, but just so I wanted to know. But anyway, I'm going to go for a walk later this afternoon, I'm hoping, and although we're supposed to get rain all day, I'll do something around the house. I have to wash my floors anyhow, so that'll give me some sort of exercise. I have to do some laundry, always. Stay in check, because tomorrow is weigh-in day. And I'm like 95% leaning towards getting weighed. I still have that 5% that I'm kind of playing with, trying to decide whether I want to weigh myself or not. I'm going to definitely go to the meeting, but I don't know, we'll see. I think what I might do, which I don't normally do, is I think I'm going to weigh myself in the morning on my scale just to see. Of course, that's not going to really help me because I don't think my scale is the same as Weight Watchers' scale. Oh, but it'll tell me how I did for Monday. Yeah, that's true, because I weighed myself on Monday. So maybe my gain is not as big as I think. Maybe the Weight Watchers scale and my scale is completely different, although it's a pretty accurate scale, so I don't know. But all right, now I'm just babbling. Just babbling. I will have you join me at breakfast. And I know what I'm having for dinner. It's Friday. What am I having? Yeah, you're right. I'm going to have a tuna fish sandwich with some cottage cheese and a tomato, maybe some pineapple. And I might have a sugar-free pudding for dessert with my iced tea. Breakfast is still up in the air. I'm not really sure what I'm going to have for breakfast. But we'll see. It'll be a prize, as my nephew Steve used to say, a prize. Okay, I'm going to eat my breakfast. And you're hearing Sue Slim's Down in the background. I'm going to watch her while I eat my breakfast. She just had for her lunch a banana yogurt combination. I like the banana with the cinnamon, the yogurt not so much. But this is what I'm going to have. And I'm going to have a bowl of oatmeal. I forgot to put my milk on it. So I got a ¼ cup of milk I'm still going to put on it. I started my day with a prayer. I drank 50 ounces of water. My quote is, "My greatest weakness is when I give up. The most certain way that I will succeed is to always try one more time." If you followed me for a while, you know I'm always giving it that old college try, because I'm trying again. 4 points for a ½ cup of the oatmeal. That's dry before it's cooked. 1 point for a ¼ cup of 2% milk, and 0 for my egg, berries, banana, grapefruit tea, and water. It's a 5-point breakfast. I still have 19 points left. Okay, I'm going to have my dinner now. I used the pickles for 0 points, the cottage cheese, I have a ½ cup. I used a tablespoon of Miracle Whip, my tuna and the bread, and my pretzels. Feeling like a little bit of sugar, so I'm going to have some of that. So it's a 12-point dinner, which is a little high for me on a Friday, but I'm hungry. So 3 points for 28 grams of pretzel crisps, 3 points for 2 slices of the hillbilly bread, 3 points for a half a cup of cottage cheese, 1 point for a tablespoon of Miracle Whip, 2 points for my sugar-free chocolate pudding, and 0 for the tuna, the celery, the pickle, the tomato, my cucumber, the tea, and the water. So it was 12 points. That left me with 7. For a snack earlier, I had a popcorn for 3 points. And I had a glass of water with it. So that leaves me with 4 to carry over. Okay, I don't want to make this video too long, but I wanted to talk to Kathleen Jones, because Kathleen Jones said that she's overthinking the program too, and she's thinking, should I stay or should I go, and all that. I told her in the comments, I think I told her, but this is what I meant to say, if I would have told her right in the comments, that I'm deciding to stay, because if I was to go, I know I'd put all my weight on. I can see how when I just screw up for 3 days, how much weight I can put on. So I would rather screw up for the 3 days and put on a little bit of weight that I know I can get off right away than to just quit completely, and then I'm going to go crazy and I'm going to gain all kinds of weight, and then it's going to be back to where I started, and I don't want to ever get back there. That's why I have now a 5-pound cushion. I had a 10-pound, which was too much, but now it's 5 pounds, and so then I know that I need to rein it in, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rein it in, and I'm not going to go. I'm going to stay, because staying keeps me within my 10-pound limit. Going, I'm going to go over that 10-pound limit. Hopefully that makes sense. And then also Marlene Zitzer wanted to know, when I first started the program, did I eat out? I really ate out more than I do now, even at the beginning. But I did make better choices when I ate out before. I tend to now not make the better choices. So I have to get back to the mindset that I can go out to eat and I can order healthy foods and still enjoy my foods. Because after all, it's not the foods itself, it's the company you're with. And so I have to remember that the next time I eat out. I don't have any plans of eating out for a while, so that's a good thing that's a plus in my area. And also, I'm going to leave a link down below. I told you I'll give you a shout out to your channel, Jones Pointed Plate. I went over to her channel and I like it. I see that one of the comments was from Lainey on Lainey's Life, so obviously Lainey follows you too. And if Lainey follows you, then that must mean you're pretty good. So anyway, I'm going to leave a link to her channel. Go check out her channel and see if maybe that, I think she said she's lost like 67 pounds or something like that. So she's doing well too. So I've decided I'm going to wait until the morning to decide if I'm going to weigh or not. I'm leaning towards I'm going to weigh no matter what, but we'll see what the morning brings. So with that being said, I had a really good day. I'm feeling really good about myself. I'm glad that I'm doing the freestyle. And but you know who I am. Who's to know? I might change again. You know what? I like to keep you guessing. I like to keep myself guessing sometimes too, I guess. But anyway, give this video a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you guys in the morning on the way to the meeting.